Welcome to our video on women with children and children. The title, Why Great Nutrition Especially Matters for Women with Children and for Children. And our first question on that topic, what kind of nutrition is especially important for women and children? Weston Price said that when he interviewed people all over the world for over 10 years, nearly 20 years really, conducting his studies of native people throughout the world, what they ate, their health, he would ask the women, the people, why they ate the way they did. And the invariable answer was, so we can make perfect babies. And it plays out in an analysis of the nutrients because the foods they most emphasized were those that were rich animal foods, rich in the animal fats with the fat-soluble nutrients that are in short supply today. Vitamins A and D, EPA and DHA, of course they're rich in animal protein. A lot of these foods were traditionally consumed raw in every culture, so they were rich in raw food nutrients. That is the kind of nutrition that is especially important for women and children. Of course, it's important for all of us, but women particularly need this to be fertile. What's the infertility rate today? Something like 25 or 30% of women are infertile. To have a healthy pregnancy, to have a healthy baby, for a young child to grow normally, these nutrients are absolutely critical. And we've seen it over and over again how children, the mothers and children thrive on these Weston Price type diets. I've seen it for 30 years in my career as a physician. The Weston Price Foundation has documented lots of this in their members with pictures in their quarterly journal, Wise Traditions. There's really this is not controversial. It's controversial information, but it's not really up for debate. These are facts. These are the foods that support fertility, a healthy pregnancy, and a healthy baby. Our next question. What is the best way to ensure adequate intake of crucial nutrients for fertility, pregnancy, and lactation? Well, eating that way, of course, but here is where supplements are really important and should be used. Using supplements like quality cod liver oil on a daily basis, our organs and glands on a daily basis, liver especially in pregnancy, X-Factor butter oil along with the cod liver oil. We make a supplement called iodine complex which ensures adequate iodine intake, which is important to deal with or prevent low thyroid function, which is a major cause of miscarriage. So these are ways to use food supplements to complement a good diet and ensure adequate intake of these crucial nutrients for fertility, for pregnancy, for lactation, for growing children. Okay, next question about ladies with kids and ladies who want to have kids. What about children? What is most important for them, and how can we be sure they get enough of these things? What if their diet isn't perfect? Cod liver oil is the single most important supplement that we can give to children. I suggest liberal use of cod liver oil. Traditionally, kids got anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon a day. It's not, now that's more vitamin A than most physicians recommend. Most physicians would say that that's dangerous. I don't agree. Natural source vitamin A from a food like cod liver oil I believe is perfectly safe and beneficial at that level. But how can we be sure that kids will get enough of these things? The most important single thing is to take responsibility for your children's nutrition. It's up to parents to decide what children are going to eat. I mean, you don't have to stand over them with a baseball bat, but you do need to teach them that they're going to eat a certain way, and you're going to set the example for it. And in the beginning, there might be some difficulty. Kids become good eaters when they're hungry. I mean, you should see a 4-year-old eat a raw oyster when he's really hungry, like our cameraman here did when he was 4 years old, my stepson. If your kids are hungry, they'll eat good food. You offer up a steak off the grill, and he hasn't had any fruit juice or anything else to eat for 6 or 8 hours, and he'll scarf that steak up even if he's been saying he doesn't like meat for the last 2 or 3 years. So take charge and decide how you want your children to eat, and then help them eat that way. That's how you ensure adequate nutrition for kids, and give them cod liver oil every day.
I have a question. Is there a certain age where giving my child supplements is critical to good, healthy development?
Every age is critical for healthy development. It's critical to get enough of the nutrients, of all the necessary nutrients, and supplements can be a wonderful way to provide insurance on that. So supplements like cod liver oil and butter oil, supplements like the organs and glands, even a multi for children when there's any question but that as to whether they're getting enough nutrients or not, using 1 or 2 a day of our multi to ensure adequate intake of trace minerals and B vitamins, and there's a little calcium in there along with other nutrients. It's basically good insurance to use these special foods and nutrients to complement the nutrition.
My daughter-in-law is pregnant, and you have a product, a multivitamin, Doc's Best. Can that replace her prenatal vitamins?
Yes, our multi-Doc's Best is designed to be the perfect prenatal. Now, we deliberately don't put iron or iodine in there because the perfect prenatal doesn't include them, because those should only be taken when a woman needs them. But if there's evidence that a woman needs some extra iodine, if she's not eating seafood, if she's not using kelp and other seaweed, if her iron is low or she's anemic and we know that her iron is low, then it becomes appropriate to supplement iron additionally. But those things shouldn't be taken unless they're needed. No one should take iron unless it's needed, including pregnant women. But our multi has everything else in optimal amounts, really, for a pregnant woman.
You said iodine at first, and then you said iron. Which one are you talking about?
Well, both. It has neither. Our multi has neither iron nor iodine, because those should be used on an individual basis by people as needed. Another question over there? Yeah, go ahead.
A pregnant woman who eats well, nutritionally well, takes your supplements, goes to her doctor, and he says, I want you off the cod liver oil during the pregnancy. How do you feel about that?
Well, I suggest strongly that she get another doctor. Right. It's not that there are doctors who are sane, and finding one shouldn't be too difficult. What about the menopausal years? Does nutrition and supplements have an effect there? Profoundly. I've seen so many times women go through the menopause years so much easier when they're paying careful attention to the kind of nutrition I'm talking about. Herbs are useful there. Our Belfem formula is especially useful. Again, taking cod liver oil, providing nutrients there that are critical, seems to help a great deal, especially in that time. A good calcium supplement. We have calcium hydroxyapatite from New Zealand animals. It's a raw bone formula, and lots of calcium is particularly important in those years. Other supplements on an individual basis, but usually iodine is very important. Iodine complex to prevent low thyroid problems. That helps make the menopause years much easier. Extra vitamin E seems to be very helpful, often for hot flashes, so I'll often recommend 2 or 3 of our 400 IU Unique E complex. And then, of course, individually looking at someone's nutrition and how they want to operate these nutritional principles.
What about vulvodynia?
Would you care to define that, ma'am, in a family-friendly way, please?